Hey there, Virgo. Welcome to your reading for the week of February 27th. We're just going to jump right in here, and we're going to see what is going on for you this week. You have this cricket card, which says abundance on it, and, crickets are symbols of luck as well, so I do feel like there could be an increase in your luck at this time. It's kind of weird because I feel that this has to do with some sort of awakening that you've been having. It's also weird that for some of you, I feel that this was like a significant awakening where you literally have woken up to something in your life that has, look at this, and you have the grasshopper as well, basically the same thing. It's like a significant awakening for some of you. For others, I feel like it's a very small thing, which is interesting. I just think that for some of you, it's just like sometimes I think we have a tiny little realization about the way the world works or the way love works or our life could work or whatever. And it's just simply by having the realization, it can have like a big impact on our life. And that's what I feel like is going on here. It doesn't matter. For some of you, it's big. For some of you, it's like a very small thing that you've realized. But either way, I feel the impact is kind of like what matters here. And I also feel that it could be increasing your abundance. I really feel that you're kind of benefiting. Jupiter is not in Pisces anymore, but it doesn't matter. Pisces is your opposite sign. And sometimes I feel in astrology, it's like for Pisces, Jupiter is going into their second house, and which is earned income, money, valuables, things that you value, things like that. And even though you're not a Pisces, yes, I understand that, Virgo, I feel like you are kind of like getting some of the benefits of that energy. So again, you could be finding your finances increasing. You're also going to have Saturn entering into Pisces this year, which again, for most of you, that could be your sixth house. But even if it's not, it doesn't matter. I feel like for a lot of you, it could have to do with like work that you're doing or your daily routine. And I've been saying for a couple months now that I feel some sort of change in the work that you do. It's like you're becoming more efficient. You go to the Eight of Wands down to the Ace of Pentacles. We also have Pluto going from Capricorn into Aquarius. And, I always say to everyone that Pluto leaving Capricorn, Pluto in Capricorn in the first place has been the breakdown of structure. But again, we don't usually see like what happens with a planet until it leaves the sign, especially Pluto, because it's very far away. And even though when it's in Capricorn, it's as close to the Earth as it possibly can get, it's still very far away. And so we usually don't see the results until after. And part of Pluto and Capricorn is efficiency. Like if things are just not working, it can remove those things from our lives very simply. And the Seven of Pentacles is like, is the juice worth the squeeze? It's like, is what you're working on, are the things that you're doing in your life, are they efficient? Are they speeding things up, or are they slowing things down? And I can't answer that question for you, but a lot of you could be kind of waking up to that. That could be what you're waking up to. Maybe there are certain things about yourself or other people or situations in your life or whatever it is. And I feel like what the awakening that you've been having is like, hey, this type of person slows me down. Or when I get into a relationship, my life seems to slow down. Maybe the relationship consumes me. I say relationship because you have the lovers here, but it could be anything. It could be like maybe certain things in business you get lost in, or you should get help for, or whatever. And I have so many questions rattling around in my head right now if you can't tell. And I think this is like a big change that you're going through, and it's going to make you more efficient, speed things up, probably get you closer to your goals faster. Again, this is probably like the most important diagonal here in this reading, going this direction. You have the Eight of Cups, definitely walking away from things that no longer serve you. I do see some of you have like learned how to walk away from things very quickly, but not just like, oh, you're just cutting things out. I feel you've just gotten better at seeing like, this is something I should cut out of my life, a habit, a person, a job, a business, something that just isn't working, doesn't matter what it is. I feel like you have seen the things that you need to walk away from. With the Seven of Pentacles, you have the Moon. You start and end with the Moon card. And the Moon in the last row represents the good stuff. And so that's going to be positive no matter what. But the Moon is kind of like saying that maybe you've been in a fog for a long time where you haven't been able to tell like what's right and what's wrong for you. And it's almost as if you're like coming out of the fog. You're finally seeing things for how they are. With the Judgment card, you have the Chariot. Yes, I mean, like the two fastest cards in the tarot right here, Chariot and Eight of Wands. Literally, Chariot to me would be like the fastest card. Eight of Wands is probably like the next fastest card. Some people might say like the Knight of Swords or something like that, but to me the Eight of Wands is quick success, a quick conclusion, something happening very quickly. More important than that, both cards represent momentum. And I would say that, again, if there was like one thing that I would be focusing on as far as a collective energy is concerned, it would be momentum. It's like literally everything I do right now is all about creating more momentum in my life personally. So again, I don't believe in do as I say, not as I do. I do these things, right? It's like, just look at this channel, just look at the other channels that I work on, right? Same thing. It's like everything I do is for momentum. Just because Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius is going to retrograde back into Capricorn, doesn't matter. What I would say is that I would be focusing on doing activities in work, in your business, in your love life, everywhere that increase momentum. And you might be saying like, well, what are those things? I would say, well, when you do something, when you take an action in your business or your relationship, does it make it better or worse? And if it makes it better, keep doing those things. I would also say focus on the 80-20, especially you earth signs. I always say this to you. And, I have a ton of Capricorn in my chart. This is why I always say this, because I am basically an earth sign. I might as well be. And, I really focus on the 80-20, and what I would say is I think all earth signs should focus on 80-20. It's like you get 80% of your results from 20% of the work that you do. Can you identify, in all areas of life, can you identify that 20% and do more of that, right? With the Eight of Cups, you have the Queen of Swords. You finally see clearly. We kind of knew that this would happen, mostly because of the Moon card showing up here. I feel like there's a sense of clarity. Again, the Queen of Swords, she finally has the clouds only halfway up her body because she sees clearly. It's like there's a certain level of clarity coming in here. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this Time Machine card. I feel like some of you could have a person from the past who's like wanting to go back and like change something. And I feel like you're just saying no, so it's not even worth mentioning if that story is for you. For others, I do feel like you're just looking at things that you wish you could have changed, and now you're making the changes. Again, we can't go back to the past yet. So, what I would say is, change these things in the future, and that's what I feel like this card is asking you to do. I don't really feel that much unexpected. Again, as I've said to you in past readings, as far as Earth is concerned, I don't really feel that there's going to be much unexpected in your personal life for you Earth signs for a little bit of time. Just there's too much obvious energy around you, just based off your astrology is what I would say. But I do feel that there could be a person who is interested in you, and that could be slightly unexpected. I kind of feel that if this message is for you, that you have a feeling that a person is interested in you, and so you could know this person, and maybe you kind of feel like there's some interest going on there, and I would say, yes, you're right. So maybe it's like a little bit unexpected, but not really. For others, again, I do feel like maybe you're interested in a person, and maybe what's unexpected is that they are interested in you, so it could be the other way around. Take it how it resonates. I also feel what's like a little bit unexpected is that you have a bunch of cards of moving here, right here, right here, right here, and the Three of Wands as well. Even the Moon can represent going into kind of like uncharted territory. The King of Cups can represent the home. There are a couple cards in the tarot that I consider clue cards. To me, it's not like their traditional meaning, but it's a clue to me that when it adds up with other cards that it could be a move. And the King of Cups is my card of the home, like I said. So I feel for some of you that there could be like a little bit of an unexpected move. I don't really feel it's like unexpected, but again, it's like one of those things where maybe you just weren't thinking that you were going to move like maybe this year. So it might not even be happening this week, but maybe like this year you decide to move. And maybe you just weren't expecting to move. So I kind of get that energy going on here. I feel like whatever it is, it's a good decision if you're making a move. Some of you could be changing the move. I always like to remind people that a move could just be changing jobs as well. It's like you don't have to leave where you live. It could just be you moving from one job to another. And so whatever this move is, it is popping into my head that there are going to be a lot of benefits. Like maybe it's like cheaper and better. I might have said this to you recently, and again, I'm getting something very similar. If you're looking for love, again, I'm getting social energy here. So I feel like you could be meeting this person through socializing. It could also be a person through social media, I suppose, as well. And again, there could be some like unexpected communication here with this person. You have the Lovers. So again, if you want love, this would be true love coming in here. I would also say that I feel like you have a choice. Again, if you are considering moving, for example, or if that comes up all of a sudden, but you're not expecting it, you could be saying to yourself like, hey, do I want to do this? And I kind of feel like you're weighing your options is what I'm trying to spit out here, especially with that Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is kind of like, is it worth it for me to stay here or should I go somewhere else? I kind of feel like you're in this in-between type energy. So we're going to have to, let's see. With the Lovers, you have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, definitely new love. It could be another earth sign or a water sign. Could be any sign, general reading. But I do feel both cards, this card and the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles, can all represent messages coming in. So either you're messaging a person or they're messaging you. What's interesting is that Scorpio always gets this message about like someone needing to message the other person. So if you're interested in a Scorpio, then go for it, I would say, because there's clearly interest here. It could also be an earth sign. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Four of Swords here. Some of you I also get could be like moving for protective reasons. That's a word that's popping into my head, but it might just be like you're protecting your finances. Like maybe you move somewhere that's cheaper so that you can save some money, or something like that is kind of what I'm getting here. With the King of Cups, you have the Three of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles says teamwork makes the dream work. Again, anything you can do to, build a team or to, hire people or get people to help you in business would be extremely profitable for you, earth signs. I've hired, I mean, I can't even tell you how many people I've hired this year. It's a lot. So, again, like I say, I do this stuff. I am, I literally live this energy. So, I couldn't do half the stuff I do without building a team. So, and especially because I have all the earth, like I said, you earth signs, if I was an earth sign, I basically am, I would be working on building a team. And I like to remind people, this doesn't have to cost money. It's like if maybe you're trying to build a business, it's like, can you find an accountability partner? Maybe even if you're trying to lose weight or something like that, can you find an accountability partner? Maybe you're trying to build a business. Can you find a person to bounce ideas off of, to, just collaborate with in that way? It's like, you don't have to necessarily like pay these people right now. This could just be you scratch their back, they scratch yours type of situations in like work or business or any other area of your life. I would be looking for those opportunities because, again, they will be profitable. And maybe not even money. It's like maybe you're finding a good friend, right? Where it's actually good friendship. And it's kind of like, again, just you're profiting energetically. So I would be looking for these opportunities for sure with that Three of Pentacles. I also get the feeling that something needs to be shown off here. You're holding something back here, Virgo. It just popped into my head. It's like, I feel like you need to not sell yourself short. I kind of get this feeling, and I'm pretty sure I said this to you before. It's almost as if you have some sort of hidden talent, gift, skill, or ability here, and I feel like you need to show something to the world is what I'm getting. It could be through like YouTube. Maybe you're creative and there's something that you create that you need to put out into the world. It's almost like you're saying that the things that you do aren't good, but they are. So I feel like you need to like, if that, I feel like that message will make sense to you if it's for you. So don't be afraid to put things out. You have this grasshopper spirit. It says, yes, take the leap of faith. Are you kidding me? I mean, every single reading I do for you, get the Fool, basically the Fool card right here. And, grasshoppers are also considered to be very lucky. So I feel like there's a lot of luck. I really get this feeling of being over-prepared here, Virgo, where it's like it's like once you get started, I feel like things will flow so much easier, and I know that sounds so stupidly obvious, but it's really what I feel. So, you're going to be making some really big leaps here. You have the Five of Pentacles feeling, do not call attention to your weaknesses. The Five of Pentacles to me is a card that says, that he has this bell around his neck. And it represents that back in the day, lepers used to have to wear bells around their neck so people would know when they were coming down the street. And this card basically says just, again, do not call attention to your weaknesses. Focus on your strengths. So I feel for a lot of you that you need to kind of focus on the things that make you feel strong, the things that that you're good at, and even some of the things that you don't. You have the Three of Wands. Three of Wands, like, what are you waiting for? Definitely time to take a leap of faith towards something, like, in a new direction here. I would say, like, I wouldn't be afraid to be, to do the opposite either. I don't know why that's popping into my head, but, I kind of feel like it's saying don't be afraid to be controversial, especially for those of you that, like, work in social media. Don't be afraid to have an opinion. Don't be afraid to, have there be people who criticize you and say that you're wrong. It's like, if I don't have someone saying I'm wrong at least once a day, I start to get worried. I'm like, I'm not pissing off enough people today, right? Because it's like, there's no honor in just like trying to please everyone. And I feel like this is saying that if you're not like pissing someone off, you're not doing something right? You have the Ace of Pentacles here, so I feel like there could be a big opportunity that's coming in for you. For some of you, you've already been working on this. For others, I feel like this could be a love opportunity for sure. Something that grows, something that is going to probably change your life as well. There could be some changes, could even be a move because of this love opportunity. So, take it how it resonates, but, there you go. Let's see what is going on for you here, Virgo. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Death card. Yes, some sort of change here. Again, you're going to have to believe in your own strength, right? And I also have like killing sacred cows popping into my head. I think that there's a saying, killing sacred cows. And, to me, killing sacred cows is like going against the conventional wisdom. And we live in the time of Neptune and Pisces, right? And so Neptune and Pisces is all about killing sacred cows. Basically, things that people, have believed for, millions of years or less, those things are turning out to not be true. That's like what Neptune and Pisces could do. It's like, back in the day, my grandfather, for example, he would like take all, part of his paycheck, put it in his bank. But back in those days, he was getting like 18% interest on the money that he put in the bank. And that worked really well for him. But guess what? It's like now there's like negative interest on bank accounts. So it's like, that's what I mean by killing sacred cows. It's like, for whatever reason, it's popping into my head that there could be certain things that you believe because you've always believed them, like whatever, it could be about anything. And you're seeing that it's like not true anymore. And when this happens, it's very uncomfortable. Just look at what the things that are going on in the world. People are clinging to old ways of beliefs, right? And, on both sides of every issue that you could possibly imagine. Look at both sides right now. They're both just like this, like just grabbing onto stuff, holding on to things for dear life, right? But it's like the people that just relax, that chill out, right? That don't worry about it. And that focus on, third place solutions, as I always say, those are going to be the people that find a lot of success and abundance and just good things, right? With the Three of Wands, you have the Three of Wands. Yes, time to take a leap of faith towards new opportunity, new things, blah, blah, blah. With the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Star. If there is love coming in for you, this person is like a star, This person, I feel like you're going to like want to be with this person. I feel like it's almost like you look up to this person. I don't mean that I don't mean that how it sounds, but, I feel like you want to look up to this person. It's like you admire this person. So it's like you're attracting a person who you can actually admire, who maybe they just do good things in life. And, that's what you admire about this person. I get a great sense of like honesty, very strong, like great depth as well. So, I would say that. I think the other thing that you respect about this person is their boundaries. Like, I feel maybe in the past you would be with people who would just let you walk all over them, right? I feel like this person has a strong sense of boundaries, but it's like attractive. It's not attractive, right? So I kind of get that here. I would also say that if you're working towards a goal, wish, or dream, Ace of Pentacles and the Star is amazing. At the end here for the good stuff, you have this full moon in Libra. It says find balance. You literally have the Justice card in this row as well. So, Justice, Seven of Pentacles is your first card. Both cards kind of represent, is something worth it? Justice is cause and effect. It says if you put energy into something, do you get energy out? Seven of Pentacles basically asks the same question. You have the Moon, the Seven of Swords, and the Justice card. Again, this is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter that the Seven of Swords is showing up here. It's going to be positive no matter what. You could be getting the truth or finding out the truth or seeing someone getting their karma here for sure, especially if they're, Moon, Seven of Swords. There could have been like lies, manipulation, or, just not the truth in the past. It doesn't even have to be love, but I feel like you could be getting karma. Also, the good thing about the Seven of Swords is it can represent coming up with new ways of doing things. It's a card of tactics. He's not going to war with this army in the background. He's stealing those swords from them. So it's like he's doing something that it requires, he's in like a delicate situation. He's holding those swords by their tips, but he's doing it in a different way. He's kind of being tactical. So a lot of you could be coming up with like, novel solutions to things that you're dealing with in life, especially if you're in like a little bit of a pickle right now, like financially or anything like that. It is popping into my head that you could be coming up with some ideas, or even a person could be helping you with an idea that kind of gets you out of a situation for some of you. And you have the Justice card. Wherever you're waiting for karma or justice, I feel like there could be justice. You also have the Moon here. So again, I feel like something is coming to light, especially with that Queen of Swords showing up here in this reading. It's like you're gaining clarity on something. Let's see Well, I want to see what's going on here. With the moon, you have the King of Wands. Yeah, it could be a fire sign as well. You always get the King of Wands or like the Knight of Wands in your reading, so wouldn't surprise me if you were attracting a fire sign or just a person where you have a lot of desire with that person. I also feel like you're more confident about the moon card. Again, you have the moon over here as well. The moon requires confidence because we have to get to these mountains that are in the background of the moon card. That's what represents our achievements or the thing that we want to achieve. So I feel like you're much more confident. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Four of Wands. Definitely could be meeting a person that you will marry in the future. So if you want love, this is amazing. Definitely could be a very strong commitment coming in for you. And with the Justice card, you have the Eight of Swords, setting yourself free, basically. So again, in the area of the good stuff, this to me would say you're finding a solution. I really do feel some of you, there's no other way to say it. I feel like you're finding your way out of a pickle. So if you're in a little bit of a pickle right now, I feel like there could be a solution for you. For a lot of you, I feel like it could be involving another person. So, if you have like someone who's like a mentor or someone you look up to, maybe that person, I would talk to that person basically is what I would say. Let's see. We're pulling 5 main themes now. You have this speculation card. Crazy. Everybody, or like multiple people, I should say. Not everybody, but almost everybody has had this card. Could be a good time for investments. Again, if you're speculating on investments, I would do your research. I said to Pisces as well, like I would come up with a number that you're willing to lose. I always tell people it's an amazing time, I think, for investments, but it's very volatile. I think all investments are going to be super volatile until, I don't know, for a long ass time, 2033, somewhere around there, probably just based off the astrology. It's going to be very up and down. We're going to probably see swings in both directions, but if you do your research, you could probably make a lot of money. But again, don't blindly invest in things like, like we saw with all these crypto scams, right? Stuff like that. I would be very, very careful and do your research. And also, I would say don't invest more than you're willing to lose because, again, there will be losses. It's just the name of the game. You have this secrets card. This card is a card of like secret information. So I feel for some of you, it's not really like a secret. I feel like you're discovering information that could help you in business or work. So definitely very good. Next, you have this Enterprise card. Yes, I love this whole entire reading for those of you that are in business. Just plain and simple. We have Jupiter in Aries right now. This is Jupiter in Aries. So, I feel like this is your time. It's funny that I said that at the beginning of the reading, that I thought you were benefiting from Jupiter going to Pisces' second house, Aries. So again, I feel like this is a time where you could be benefiting, even though it's not your second house, Aries. Well, it might be, depending on when you were born, right? If you have one of those weird charts. But I really feel you're going to be benefiting from Jupiter in Aries this year. Jupiter's going to move into Taurus, but it's going to retrograde back into Aries before it moves into Taurus at the end of the year. But doesn't matter. I feel like you're benefiting from this in business. You have this intuition card. Definitely a good time to trust your intuition. So I would trust your intuition. And finally, you have this flattery card. You have a secret admirer, or you're the secret admirer. Take it how it resonates, and it could be with a Scorpio. So I'm not calling you out here, but if you're interested in a Scorpio, I would go for it, or a fire sign or an earth sign. It could be any sign. Take it how it resonates, but Scorpio, whatever, definitely stands out to me. And if you don't like Scorpios, obviously this message isn't for you. I feel like I shouldn't have to explain that, but there you go. So definitely could be a secret admirer, but really good reading. So thank you for being here, Virgo. Really appreciate it, and definitely enjoy your week.